All right, welcome back. Part 4 of our Doctor Who Revisited series. And this time, we're reviewing Sleep No More. Okay, so, Kernan, what are your initial thoughts on this episode?
I'm putting it out there, everyone. This cinematography, the filming of this is the greatest thing I have ever seen in all of Doctor Who canon. I love it so much, so cool. At least in like the first half, before they reveal that they're like cameras and the monsters or whatever. I just like how it looks. I think it's so cool, and it looks
I
fun.
100% agree with you. I love that they do the found footage thing. I think that gives this awesome, creepy, eerie vibe that it works so well. And then they end up tying the found footage aspect into the narrative, which I think was also really good, but we'll get back to that later. But yeah, I thought I love the directing on this and cinematography. Yeah, it's really good. I love that they tried out the found footage stuff. It worked really well.
Another thing I really like about this episode is the side characters. So, like the basic,
I have that written down too.
I say the basic Doctor Who side character, like a basic Doctor Who story. One of the basic ones is the Doctor and the companion go on this like spacecraft that's being eaten by like a monster or something, and all like the crew of the spaceship are getting picked off one by one. And I think like the classic episode of this is like 42, the season 3 episode, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a good job. They did such a good job of taking that basic episode, then changing it into something, making the side characters a little more in it, a little more in the story, giving them a little more backstory, giving them some like defining traits, but and not having too many of them.
I completely agree. I love the sidecast. I think most of the sidecast. I'll get back to that, but I love the commander and that other guy. What was his name? Capra, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought those two were awesome. I love the guy too, the guy who invented the Morbius stuff. I thought they were really well done. And they do the thing where they pick off the sidecast one by one. But they do it in a really good way. Like they make it really creepy. Because I mean, this whole episode is like that. It's found footage. It's all very eerie and creepy and stuff, and they do a good job with that. And they're much better than an average like Doctor Who sidecast.
Alright, and going off, sticking with kind of the eerie vibe, think a really eerie, creepy villain are the dust monsters. I think they were cool in the beginning, but they got better when we found out they were just people in Morpheus.
Yeah.
I thought that's such a cool idea.
So there are a lot of people that do not like the whole idea of the sleep dust monsters and stuff. And I can definitely see where they're coming from. But I don't mind that at all because I actually find them really creepy in this. I think they work really well for this episode. Their design is it's disturbing, and because of the way they're shot, it again goes back to the direction and all that.
Sticking with different characters, the side characters, the antagonists, the Doctor in this. Alright, backstory. When I watched the Peter Capaldi era, I did not like it because I was like 8 or 9. And I thought it was. I just didn't like it. Now rewatching this episode, I think going on just this episode, I love Peter Capaldi so much more. He did such a good job in this episode. It's crazy.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, I think he was only helped by the cinematography. I thought that was good.
And Clara, well, again, we talked about that in the Day of the Doctor review. Clara for me is at her best in Series 9. She gets better as she goes. She's not very good in Series 7. Series 8 she improves. Series 9 she's great. And I know some people have problems with her acting too much like the Doctor and stuff in Series 9, but I love that. I think that's her character the best, and that is shown completely in this episode. I think she's great.
I think we talked about that in Asylum of the Daleks, episode like a month ago. and we're like, the companions do learn from the doctors. They do inherit traits from the doctors. They do get information. But I didn't like Peter Capaldi. He kind of stared into the camera a lot. Like,
yeah, he did, but that fits the narrative though, because he's noticing, he's trying to figure out what's going on, and he's starting to look at things and be like, oh, he can kind of feel and like sense that things are watching him, and he can look at it, you know. So that was written in purposefully. Like, it's not like he just was looking at the camera. That's like acting 101.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about the side cast, right? We were talking about how great we think that the side cast was and all that stuff. However, that 474, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I not a fan of him, her, it.
I
I
think
don't
it
know.
was a girl. I don't know.
Yeah, but him / her / it was really annoying, and like missing words, talking like a 2-year-old, and it just didn't work. And the 474's death didn't feel earned at all.
Oh yeah.
Didn't really work. But yeah, that's one of my biggest complaints with this episode, is that character. Not very interesting. Yeah. But like we said, other than that, the side cast is great.
The evil scientist guy, the doctor guy, the Morpheus guy. Ooh, thoughts on him? What are your thoughts on him?
I love him. He was awesome, and what I love the most about his character is the mystery, because like we meet him and we learn that he invented the Morbius stuff, and then he's seemingly killed off, but then we know he's the one telling the story. So it's like, what's going on there? And then it's revealed what's happening, and that he's, and you know, all that stuff. Which, that's what I like about it.
Yeah. Alright, this you're gonna Griffin. You're gonna make fun of me for this. Point out, but it's just me. Mr. Sandman was a really good song choice.
It had to be that song. That fits perfect.
I felt it fit perfectly. Oh, I didn't even think of that, Mr. Sandman.
Yeah, of course. But again, talking about other people in quotations, I know that there are people that find it annoying that song keeps playing over and over again, but I think it works so well. And like at the end, it's like played for an extended period of time, when like at the climax of the episode, and I can see how that could be a little annoying to people, but I think it worked.
Now that I think about it, now that it's Mr. Sandman, now that you pointed out that's Mr. Sandman, I think I like that the song is in there slightly less.
Wait, how did you not even notice that?
I don't know. I just didn't realize it. I guess I don't know. I like it. I listen to the song.
Yeah. But why do you like the song less now?
I wish it was just a fun song that was like inserted in, but it did have meaning, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
It had meaning. Whatever. It doesn't like ruin the episode for me.
So a big word used to describe this episode, a big word I would use for sure, is experimental. It was a very experimental type episode. And for a lot of people, it didn't work. For me, it totally did. We'll come back to like that in our final thoughts. I think this is one of Mark Gatiss' best scripts, maybe his best.
Oh, this was Mark Gatiss. I was wondering about this. Yeah, I would agree.
But we're gonna get around to the end now. And I mean, I was already loving it before this, but then when we got to the end of the episode, and we learned that it was all a setup, he was just trying to tell a story to get people to watch this thing, so that he could send these particles like electronically and turn people into these things, was so great. And then they don't tell you what happens, which it just ends, and we don't know. Like, we don't know what happens.
Yeah.
Everyone, the whole world could turn into Sandmen, sleep dust people. That could be the reality. The Doctor more likely just solved it off screen, which I think has been hinted at in interviews and stuff. But I love how it just ends the episode right there. And like the whole time we were watching this, it was all just he was just trying to create this entertaining story to get people to watch this, to turn them into these things, which is it's an awesome plan, by the way. Way to go, guy. Like, that was smart. But also, it just creates a really interesting ending to the episode, which, yeah, I love it.
Oh, they said that the monsters have like cameras in them, or like
Well, yeah, what they were saying is that when you go into the pod, the sleep dust particles can like capture what's going on.
Yeah, I kind of don't like that.
Yeah.
I wish it was
And that's a thing that bothers a lot of people about the episode. And I definitely see where they're coming from. For me, I can wrap my head around that, and it's not a big problem for me. But I definitely see where people are coming from. Like, I understand why that would annoy a lot of people. It makes sense. But yeah, I think this episode's great. I do. And I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna stick by it because, like, this is the second time me watching this episode in the past not that long of a time, and both times I've gone into it thinking that my opinion was gonna go down, and it's only gone up. So yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
So, rating out of 10.
So, going to here. So, I think I want to give it an 8 out of 5.
An 8 out of 5.
I really enjoyed this episode. Well, an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5
Sorry.
out of 10. Okay.
But I also gave The Day of the Doctor an 8.5 out of 10. So I'm going to put this above The Day of the Doctor.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's bold. Wow. So, what are you gonna give it then?
Yeah. I think I want to stick with an 8.5 out of 10. It's just a little bit higher. Oh,
Wow, wow. All right. So I was gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh.
I was thinking about maybe 8.5, but I feel like even since we finished the episode, like I was really caught up in everything that was happening, but now I'm starting to like calm back down. So I think I'm settled on an 8 out of 10, which is good for me. I don't think it's as good as The Day of the Doctor, which I guess means that we both know where it is in our ranking. Anyway, I'm guessing it's first for you. You said second place for me, which I know that's different. Most people out of this is number 4, right? So out of the 4 episodes we reviewed, for a lot of people, I'm guessing this would probably be at the bottom. Or maybe above Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. And the opinions on Asylum of the Daleks, there's a big range of different opinions for that one, so I don't know. But, yeah, very interesting. We really enjoyed that one. So, I'm nervous to see what we pick for next week, because so far we've had 2 really solid ones, more than solid, really good ones in my eyes, and in your eyes too. Other people could disagree, but so I feel like I don't know how much longer we can ride the wave, but I'm hoping we can do it for a long time. We still have not had a Russell T Davies era episode.
That's my favorite era of this new Who. I want one of those first 4 seasons so bad.
Yeah.
I can't.
I think we have a good chance this time because we haven't had one yet. It's all been Moffat so far. So let's go see. All right, here we go. We just picked Sleep No More, reviewed it. We had some positive things to say about it. Now, gotta pick, what would this be, number 5? Yeah, we have number 5 to pick now. Hopefully Gerald will be nice to us this time. Okay, I'm gonna mix them up. Oh, I have 2 in my hand. Which one do I pick? Well, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm picking this one. Oh, okay, I have one. I'm gonna look at it. Oh! The one I chose says Emma's Choice. Alright, are you ready? I need you to put your hand in there, mix them up, close your eyes, and just pick one piece of paper out of there. Is that the one? Alright, give it to me. Okay. She has chosen. Alright, I'm gonna look. I feel like this is less stressful since I didn't pick the episode. Oh! It's series 1. It's my second favorite episode of the series. Dalek.